Mandela, Sisulu, Lotuli, Tadu, Stephen Biko, Government Bank, Alatabukwe, Baba Tambo.
Hi guys, welcome to the Cry Freedom Christmas Studio on Wednesday, the 13th of December, 2023. Nearly halfway through December. Well, Christmas will be upon us before we know it, and we'll have gone out the other side, methinks. What will happen in the meantime is anyone's guess because, well, a lot of us feel we're at this precipice of something, and something's got to give, but we just don't know what yet. So we'll wait and see. In the meantime, I did notice apparently that the power went off in Liverpool city centre, I read yesterday, and it caused quite a bit of chaos. 3:30 p.m., 33. No coincidences, guys. And yes, I think, well, you know what, I feel all these things are kind of tasters for what might be coming with regards to the way that humanity has to go and progress, although it might not feel like progression to some people, but we certainly ain't progressing at the minute. Given the number of kids out there I see like this, they barely can cross the road without being like this, and all the films are telling us the same thing. The movie of the moment is Leave the World Behind with Julia Roberts and Kevin Bacon and Ethan Hawke. And that movie, some people would say it's very much a scaremongering movie, kind of movie, but well, there's many messages in it, as we know, and it's easy to get hooked on all these messages and things, but I think the simple message is that humanity needs to change. Most people aren't happy, as you saw in that film. Most people don't trust anybody. They don't work together with communities. They're all just fighting this reality, whatever it is, to try and survive. And the kids are having to watch things like Friends to feel a sense of family because they're not getting it from their own families, because so many have both parents that are working. They don't have that quality family time. It's just not good, is it? Meanwhile, even despite all of that, people are struggling. Yeah. So things have to get back to basics. That's what my first series was called in this Cry Freedom Radio event. Get back to basics. We need to get back to basics. My current series is called Putting Back the Apple, which is all part of the same thing, the same process. Seeing the need for change, essentially. And if anybody has gone through the last 4 years and cannot see the absolute and complete and utter need for change, then they ain't getting it yet. So, yeah, we'll see. I don't want anything horrible to happen to people. I don't want us to be in a sort of zombie-like, chaotic, apocalyptic state. None of us want that. Those of us that see things in a different way, we don't want that. Why would I? I mean, I'm stuck in suburbia. I'm stuck near Liverpool. Getting back to that power cut, I do think that was, again, very much a sign for something. I don't believe it was chance. I don't believe any of these things are chance. They're all deliberate in one way or another. Don't know who's doing it yet. Still not sure. Would like to think that if it was all completely being run by really bad and evil people, that we probably wouldn't even be here by now, people like me. So I have to believe that it's for something better, to get people to be thrown into the turmoil of seeing the need for change. And given that the shops at the minute, people aren't really getting the lack of materialism thing yet. It's absolutely jam-packed out there every day. Now, I'm not saying I haven't been out and bought a few little things to make it a little bit of a nicer Christmas, a few little lights, battery-powered £1 ones, I'm not going over the top here, and a few little bits and bobs to put up, the odd little Christmas stocking thing to make me feel warm and better about Christmas. Because I went through, as I said, a couple of years of not even wanting to be bothering to do anything because I was just so pissed off with the world and people, etc. But I've come, out of that now. I think it's what we make it. You, again, create your own reality. No matter what's happening out there, only you can affect what's happening behind closed doors in your house. And you can make it either a time of fear and worry and anger and bitterness, or you can make it a time of warmth and beauty and family and good feeling. And that's where I'm going because that's what I believe matters. And, it's each to their own at this point, and it really is, I think, each man for himself, really, in regards to what you make your life and what you make of the future. Yeah. Some people sadly might not even have a future because of the choices they've made. All about the choices every single time. So there you go. Right, rant over. I want to just do a quick promo for my forthcoming Christmas show. Now, last year I went a bit mad and I had about 7 shows over Christmas, and practically every night, if not every night, I was doing a show. And I think that was to keep me going. Now I reflect back on that, I think, because I was so fed up with the world and everything, it just kept me busy and kept me going and kept me, doing something I thought was worthwhile. And I'm so glad that I did do that. And there were some good shows, some good guests on those shows. So, but this year I won't be doing quite as many. Just planning on 2 at the minute. So I shall be doing my Christmas show on Saturday, the 23rd of December, which also happens to be the 7th born day for my little new dog, Theodore, my gift from God, will be 7 on that day. So I will be celebrating that also, no doubt with at least one song dedicated to him. And I'm hoping that's going to be a really fun show. Now, I know people are going to be busy. Not everyone is going to be able to come and watch and listen. Well, listen. But, if you can, just come for part of it, please do, and join us in the chat, and even just to say, all the best, that kind of thing. I'm going to make it a really warm and hopefully enjoyable show. George is going to be coming on as the guest. We're going to be catching up on a lot of things that he's been getting up to, talking about my big plans for January for changing around my health, because I have noticed the aches and pains are getting worse and things that I should be dealing with now. And I've let myself lapse into bad ways over the last few years, but no more. It's time to move on now. And January is when I kick it all off. And I've deliberately arranged for myself not to have much money in January or February. So I'm going to be basically living off fruit and fasting and exercising and proving a few things that need to be proved. Never more so given the times that we are in and what is happening to the so-called health service. I feel very soon it's going to be no more. So people have to take back their own health, and it will be for the better of us all. And we can do it for next to nothing. And that's what I want to prove in January and February. So right now I'm getting really bad. I don't know if it's arthritis or what, pains in the bottom of my legs when I get up. I'm really stiff. Now I do tend to sit cross-legged a lot of the times. That's probably not helping, but because I'm getting older, the joints are getting stiffer. And so I feel a little bit like a Chinese woman when I first get up these days. I have to take small, quick steps to get my legs working again. So all that's got to stop. And I know I can reverse that with fasting and with eating right. So that's what's going to be happening in January. And I will tell you nothing but the truth about how I progress, okay? So yes, Saturday the 23rd from 8 p.m. We'll have an hour of Christmas music before. I will be doing Cry Freedom Radio show number 55. It just turns out to be show 55. Couldn't make that up, could you? And that wouldn't have happened if I hadn't had errors in October, which delayed my October show. So, again, I do believe that all things happen at the right time for the right reasons. So for whatever reason, it is show 55. So as well as George talking about all sorts of interesting things, I'm also going to be playing for you a lovely little Christmas play that I found. I was trying to find something that would warm hearts and be meaningful for this time of year. And so I did manage to find one just the other day, and I'll be playing that. That's just under an hour. Well worth the listen. It'll make you feel really Christmassy and cozy. And yeah, that's what we want too. Going to be having crackling fires playing, etc. Some great little Christmas music bits, and also other little clips all about the meaning of life and what we're all doing here and all that kind of thing. The usual stuff, but it's going to be jam-packed and probably going to be about 4 hours long from 8 to about midnight. So please do come, if not for all, for just a little part of that to share with us all the joy of this time of year and what people can make it when we do the right things, okay? And after that, my next show will be on New Year's Eve, which is becoming a bit of a tradition with me now. We'll be doing the big count in at midnight, and that show will probably be about 5 hours long, so bear with me. I'm hoping to get snippets from a few past guests on that show all coming in. There'll be hopefully Ali, George will be back, Ethna Keneally hopefully can come on to give us an update on how she's getting on with treating her cancer, and Alan hopefully will come on just for a quick update, all this kind of stuff. I know Alan's doing a short New Year's Eve show as well, it seems, so we might even hook up at one point and sort of work together for some of the time, but I don't know yet. We're still ironing out the details, so we'll see. But whatever happens, I'll be here on New Year's Eve. So 2 shows to look forward to, guys. Your support is muchly appreciated and very much needed. And spread the word. And let's just come together, because we're going to have to do this coming together like never before, I think, over the next few years, because whatever's happening and for whatever reasons, it's going to involve us having to be kinder to each other and working together to lay the foundations for a much better life and future for all of us, for your children. If it carries on like this, it ain't going to be good. So it's up to us and us alone to make the difference now by working again together. So let's start off as we mean to carry on. Let's come and join together over the Christmas period here on Cry Freedom Radio and just spread some cheer and love and hope and faith to all of us, yeah? So I hope you can join me, and I very much look forward to seeing you there in the chat room at some point over Christmas. All the best, guys. Stay warm, stay kind, stay giving, and stay full of hope and faith. Much love. Catch you soon.